Okay, so you have this clay and it's too dry. You can't wedge it back together. You've had these like whatever this project was, it kind of fell apart because the bowl fell to pieces, and it's breaking, and it's no good. It's way too dry. It's just like it doesn't kind of squish back together very well. It like clearly it's too dry. So what do you do with all of this stuff? Because it's still clay, it's still workable, but it's just like, ugh, you can't wedge that. You can't use that. It's not going to blend. It's not going to work. You really want something like squishy that you can leave fingerprints in that looks pretty nice. And you want to be able to wedge it to get it to that. You can't wedge this stuff. What do? You do have a plastic bag, and you do have, I hope, access to some water. You're going to use the combination of the two mixed with the clay, and it's going to rehydrate. The clay is going to soak up the water. It should be okay. So, here, plastic bag. So set that kind of like that so that I can put the clay in here. So you've got clay and you've got all these little pieces, and you just kind of chuck them in here. You might also throw if you have some of these mixed with the other scrap, it can all go in here. If you have some that's still kind of workable, no problem, that can go in here too. All these little pieces, all this little junk rubbish. Here, the thing from the handle that I pulled, that goes in there. Got some other pieces that can go in here. Got a little piece that was cut off. Yep, all that goes in here. So it's now in plastic. The plastic is not going to let any of the water in here escape. So it's going to stay like that. You can take your spray bottle, spritz it. There's a certain amount of water that escapes, so there's a certain amount of water that needs to go back in. You can also, to help get that water, take a rag, a cloth, something like that. Get your bucket of water. Soak that rag. Maybe don't have it super dripping, but you can put that in there with it. You can layer a couple of them in. It will get dirty, but the cloth holds more water, and that water is going to soak on the clay. So if you can get the surface area of the clay to touch that rag, that's good. If you use something like paper towels or newspaper, it may fall apart, and then you get all those pieces in your clay, which can cause problems later. So cloth is much better because it doesn't rip, doesn't become weaker when it gets wet, and you can pull it out later. So I've sort of created this pile of these pieces. I'm going to lay this right on top. I'm going to add another piece here just because I think it would be easier to wedge that amount for the next part of the video. So I've got this soaking rag, put it right there. Try and get the air out so that the water can go into the clay and not into the air. Peel off nicely. Tuck that underneath, and you leave that to soak. It's like one of those cooking videos. Now that it's all prepped, you leave it you put it in your prepared preheated oven for 45 minutes until it's golden brown on top. You just let it soak a couple hours overnight, a while. Give it a while. More than 45 minutes. Probably leave it overnight, check out in the morning, see how it's all doing. You can remove the rag and then kind of layer those pieces and wedge it like the previous video. All right, that's it. Good luck. Let me know what else, let me know how it goes. Let me know what goes wrong so I can adjust it, give you some more feedback on it. All right, peace.